Greetings and welcome to the energy of Capricorn. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Tarot of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. Please take only what you will. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your likes and subscribes. And welcome back if you are returning. As usual, we shall be doing the monthly spread known as the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised by the Order of the Twin Sun in order to see specific karmas that may be sort of enveloped, karmas that may be enveloped between the energy of the 10th house or Capricorn and a significant other or the 7th house. Okay, so you would have to play a game of the wheel. Okay, in order to get to the sort of deeper meanings. Okay, so you would look 7th house from a certain house placement, that is the energy of Capricorn, or 7 houses from a certain planetary arrangement, and look 7 houses away from it in order for this specific reading to resonate. Okay, so thank you for that. We'll go ahead and begin. Wow, amazing. Amazing. So amazing. There is a lot of mirroring going on with the Cancer reading, which is the natural 7th house to Capricorn. Okay, interesting. Some variations. There's a place of belonging. Okay, this belonging comes at the cost of two heads, two minds that are conflicting. The swords bending to the wills, and sort of coming to a cross or a head with each other. And it's difficult because there is no cooperation in this type of connection, at least in a realistic way. But the emotional undertones and the love, if you want to call it that, it does exist here. The problem is that there's a way of offering or a way of doing things that comes from a place of lack, or at least unfinished business. There is a work ethic here that is unsupervised, and there's also there is an encapsulation, a movement away from emotional ways of doing things, detachment in terms of that, preservation of good water, bottling that up in order to move from, yes, the 7 and the 3 into, in the reverse, into the 10. So a conversion here, a flipping of worlds, and something emerging out of the 10th house or the 10 of Pentacles, which is Capricorn's domain, I would say. With this cardinal energy, you're dealing with someone here that is split, okay? They are split, they are coming out ahead with your own truth. Something also about you with the 7 of Cups here. 7 of Cups. So I think the yeah the fog is lifting. Even if there is a fog, it's not. It's becoming clearer. Okay, so the gradient is becoming more apparent in terms of black and white. Contrasts are being shown, and perhaps you're perceiving someone who behaves in two different ways. One in which they're trying to manifest something outside of this connection, okay, and one in which they're taking a lottery by thinking about doing something in your direction. But as you can see, the two kings here are faced away, and perhaps you are also searching for truth elsewhere. Um, there's something about you that mirrors the energy of the seventh house from Cancer, okay? Um, that also elicits or activates the 12th house, very deep understandings within this type of connection. And perhaps you know, or you've been working on something about sort of a detached mode of observation in which you do not identify with uh, emotional resonances of knowledge. Okay, meaning that your emotional intelligence becomes objective. It becomes nothing where you are affected by emotional undertones, and you're becoming more clear in this respect. But this comes at a cost. Something in which you are trying to get away from a mode of meditation more into a mode of action. Okay, there's a nervous energy that you actually want to attain. Okay, if that makes sense, in order to use your emotional resources or your emotional understanding of what you've been going through in order to push forward, okay, and move towards a 5 of swords as opposed to the 4 of swords, or move back to the 3. It really depends. If you've been yeah, this is interesting. Mm, there is a tension here that this person does not understand. They want to they want to they embrace the sort of intensity of this type of connection, what it does for them. They want to turn your attention to them, but you are not paying attention to that. There's something that you are more concerned with in terms of dreams that are becoming reality, and no longer is there a disambiguation or an ambiguation of dream world and real world. Essentially, you're coming to a place of reality that is stemming from the dream world. And you are learning more through the abstractions from the 10th to the 11th to the 12th houses about systems or structures that are realistic in nature, that are somewhat they are conjured from the abstract. Okay, so you have to ground yourself. I would say, ground yourself and note that your thoughts, your thoughts and your truths and how you think will operate in terms of what you are bringing forward. This is the truth in any case, especially the 4 of swords in the reverse. They are becoming numb to something that they've learned in the external world, something that they found challenging, but they try to find challenge in any place that they go to. There's a lot of Leo energy in them, as well as Aquarius energy. That's the house. Those are houses of fixity. Uh, um, that's the 5th as well as the 11th, houses of fixity. They're also challenge houses, especially when it comes to um, trying to become playful or mutable in some respect, but then becoming very fixed. There's a very fixed energy here that makes them somewhat numb to most things, callous even. But let's not knock on them that hard. There are some merits to what they do in terms of being a leader, for example. Um, you're in a type of connection here that will allow you to play a lottery within the truth of things. There are two sides to this, and one is hidden. One truth is hidden. One truth is observed and raised in a certain way. If you are passive in this connection, I would recommend to remain passive. They would eventually sort of make some sort of action. There's a lot of leadership quality in them as well. They're gifted by the power of the sun. Um, there is something here about structure emerging out of this type of connection. Structure that could be unwelcomed, but also there's a realm of possession here. If you so deem it fit, possessiveness can emerge out of this, and possessiveness can be a good thing. It can be. That's what makes our reality reality. There also is a possibility of some very deep, this is a deep type of secret relationship in which a house of cards can be built. But I think more than anything, there is an awakening of emotional resonances within you in relation to this, but it's more about emotional detachment more than anything, which I think it can be a really good awakening, and you can bring forward essentially what you need to in terms of your thoughts that are affected by emotions that are sort of heightened by this type of connection. In terms of advice, yes, stick to ways of becoming more stabilized in a Taurian way. Focus on the second house. Focus on ways of being fixed in your own path. And I'm telling you now, this connection, it involves the Ouroboros, or the dragon, and the dragon's head and the dragon's body, Rahu and Ketu. There's a signature here that has to do with the evolution of the world, um, and the vision that comes from it. There's a shift here that is occurring, and this person is trying to find their sovereignty. Okay, that is all I see. Please take only what you will. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.